Gentlelady from Texas is recognized.
I yield 5 minutes to the gentleman from Nebraska, Mr. Fortenberry.
The gentleman from Nebraska is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First of all, Madam Chair, let me say how much I appreciate the counsel and guidance and partnership of the Chairman Bishop of the Ag Committee, as well as Chair Lowy and Ranking Member Granger, as well as the entire staff, for crafting what is substantially a very important and good bill for all of America. Agriculture is essential to America's well-being, and I want to commend again Chairman Bishop not only for his earlier generous comments, but for his willingness to work hard to find a reasonable path forward to accommodate as many bipartisan requests as was feasible. Chairman Bishop and I had a number of very lengthy and considered conversations in crafting this bill, and I am grateful for his leadership. Before I delve into the substantial pluses and a few minuses of this bill, Madam Chair, I want to provide a little bit of additional context of the bigger agricultural picture across America. Where I live in Nebraska, and I'm sure it's safe to say where Chairman Bishop lives in Georgia, agriculture is essential to our way of life and essential to our culture. It really does define who we are as a people, and production agriculture, corn, soybeans, livestock, cover much of our landscape, and these products are an important driver of America's export prowess. The efficiency, quality, and ingenuity shown by America's farmers provides food security for hundreds of millions of people across our own country and across the entire globe, many of whom are in very vulnerable circumstances. And a notable point, Madam Chair, Americans also enjoy the lowest grocery prices in the world. Agriculture, though, is more than bulk production. From the use of advanced robotics to run dairy operations, to enzyme extraction from ethanol production, to in the enhancement of critical wetlands, as well as improving crop yields and conservation stewardship practices, our farmers are contributing to human flourishing across our nation. Many of the technological investments that we see today have been made possible by the types of investments that are very much a part of this agricultural bill. I want to highlight 3 areas in particular. First, the bill's $3.4 billion reflects a commitment to rural development and housing, utilities, and businesses. Of particular note, as the chairman mentioned, is broadband. Working with Chairman Bishop, we included language to encourage the USDA to consider the broader social benefits when the department seeks applications for the $680 million of broadband resources, importantly, in this bill. It is also important that we measure the impact of broadband and how it affects the ecosystem of livability. And what do we mean by that? It's not just more wires, but livability from enhanced telehealth, telecommuting, precision agriculture, and a multitude of other imaginative possibilities from these applications. This is what will make broadband an effective investment in our nation's infrastructure. Second, I'm pleased to see an increase of $185 million for the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, with a particular emphasis on lowering the price of drugs in the generic drug program. Between investments in the year 2019 and investments in this bill, the agency will have an increase of $27 million to help expedite the approval of safe and effective generic drugs, increase competition, and lower prices. Chairman Bishop has also made marked investments in food safety by lessening the burden on our state health departments, and I think that's important. Lastly, when I met the chairman in his office a couple of weeks ago, we found common ground, as we often do, on how to grow the agricultural family. And what do we mean? Well, this is a good example. There's $5.4 million in this bill for farmers markets and local food promotion programs, which allows smaller local producers to provide fresh products, gain a source of revenue, and connect the rural to the urban and the farmer to the family. In addition to this program, the bill includes investments for a tribal demonstration project, a pilot project for the food distribution program for Indian reservations, and importantly, we have a new urban agricultural office. But Madam Chair, at its core, this bill is about food security. Our diverse and plentiful food supply is made possible through the hard work of our farmers and ranchers and the public policies that assist them. We support research and development to the tune of $3.3 billion. We support oversight of commodity markets. And for those in vulnerable circumstances, this bill provides important funding for all USDA nutrition programs at levels that ensure all eligible participants will receive the assistance they need. Unfortunately, as our ranking member has consistently mentioned at every opportunity, we need a bipartisan, bicameral agreement on budget caps. With a deal like that, we could be in open field running. Thank you, Madam Chair. I yield back.